What's up, guys, and welcome back to another reaction video on the Just Dunk music channel. I am Just Dunk, and thank you so much for being here. First of all, this BTS journey has been one very, very special journey for me, and how it's helped me deal through my own inner struggles and identify and stuff that I was already going through on a personal level. And now I have an extra outlet of ways for me to heal. So what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be giving jhope his due diligence, or HYBE. I'm going to get really excited with this one because this is also the outro ego track. So now that I would say that I completed the map of the soul in the 3-song format. So with persona, shadow, and then now ego. So without further ado, outro ego.
We are now going to progress to some steps which are a bit more difficult. Ready, set, and begin.
Just when I don't think they can add any more of these old school hip hop elements, that the scratching, like all the, let's go back a little bit.
We are now going to progress to some steps which are a bit more difficult. Ready, set, and begin.
I'll go back. Ego, hope, my way or the highway. That's a fun little thing there. He comes off very playful, and I think that that's his personality, is just like playful and like whatever.
So we're here. 내 앞을 봐, the way you shine. Keep going now. Below. Wherever onward. We go. Just trust ourselves. 문득 스쳐가는 jhope 아닌 정원석의 삶. 희망이란 없고 후회는 가득했겠지 till I die. 내 춤을 든 구름을 잡아본 나의 꿈을 탓하고 살아 숨쉬는 거에 의문을 oh my god. 탐구 스팟 청년의 격정이 드디어 입 밖으로 모두 해소되는 펫바 가장 믿던 그들의 답은 내 심장으로 하나뿐인 hope 하나뿐인 soul 하나뿐인 smile 하나뿐인 너 세상 그 진실에 확실해진다 변하지 않는 그 어떤 나 이제 I don't care 전부 내 운명의 선택 so we're here 내 앞을 봐 the way you shine keep going now below wherever onward.
This is like such a happy song, like with that horn, with the trumpets in the background, and just with the dancing theme the whole time, but it's like a traveling theme the whole time. Like he's on his way. Is on his way. It's like on the surface, you know, ego's kind of a great word for it, because on the surface it's kind of this happy song, but then whenever you kind of get into the lyrics, all right.
We're now going to progress to some steps which are a bit more difficult. Ready, set, and begin.
The intro sequence you've just seen is the intro BTS used for their debut trailer, Intro Too Cool for School. Then you see BTS's music videos rolling down from recent to the past. You can already see that this song is going to be a story from the past to the present. Also, what if I said Ego is very similar with BTS's other song, Love Myself? And that also Ego is like the ultimate wrap-up for the whole Jungian psyche theory, which I'll explain throughout and at the very end of the video. So J-Hope tries to go back to his past self, but as he tries to walk in the opposite direction of hope and ego signs, which are his current self, it's as if he's walking on a treadmill. He realizes that time only flows forward and there are no ifs in life. In short, you can't change your past. J-Hope suddenly faints, which might be a reference transition borrowed from his symptom in Hwayangyeonwa, and talks about how he remembers the good old days. How the devil always whispered, "Do you want to go back and become normal again?" Then he shows his inner conflicts of questioning, answering, and whipping himself on whether he regrets his choice of becoming an idol or not. You can see that J-Hope is getting the standard routine checkup and he seems totally fine. He says that the conclusion is always the same, no matter how many times he goes through that process of what if I didn't choose this path, he knows for a fact that nothing will actually change. So him fainting symbolizes his daily tantrum to his inner self wanting to be treated as a patient who's tired and hurt of his current life. However, even in the inside, he reassures himself on how much love he receives from armies and how much joy he has due to his status, and then snaps back to reality from his daily time slip of what if. Basically, he's like,
damn, this job sucks. I got no privacy. I have to fly around all these places, practice every single day, can't even go to the movies. I miss the good old days. But yeah, I guess...
Way to throw that in there.
I'm lucky. Look at all the love I'm receiving from ARMY and all the good stuff I get to buy and experience compared to all the other people in the world. So let's not complain, it won't go back to normal anyways.
I've been driving this car long before I was paid to. That's right.
Now J-Hope finally accepts that his past and present were his choice, and he returns to his journey and goes on forward. This road is the map of the soul, which has trust, hope, myself, ego, and my way on.
See, I did not see those. I noticed that the structures symbolized something, but I couldn't tell if they were like had vegetation growing on them on purpose. I didn't even think that they could be letters or words.
On its way. Once he accepts the fact that it was all his choice and there's no regret and that the future is shining, the music turns into a very bright celebrative African or samba feel rhythm. The constant blinking of J-Hope represents how many layers the human soul can have. You can see that he's happily dancing with his persona, shadow.
I feel like at this point, with all the DKDKTV explanation videos that I have watched, this figure from the Jung's model of the psyche, I mean, when I first saw it, it looked so foreign to me. And now that I've watched a bunch of these and I've learned a lot about our true selves, and it's become a little bit more familiar, the fact that every single one of these is directly correlated to this topic specifically, and how well it's being done. Like, let's just let's forget about the fact of the message and how deep everything is. How well can you execute and apply these methods to your profession and genuinely touch people across the world, like hardcore, really make a difference on an impact in people's lives.
And ego. Here we can see that ARMY is a part of him too by seeing the stars and the color purple used as the background. Actually, while analyzing the song, I found out that there are a lot of similarities with the song Love Myself. And I'll tell you the similarities throughout the rest of the video. The two songs have basically the same theme and message. Some more things to notice. If you rotate the road's typography, it reads 길로 this way in Korean. Also, you can notice that the car plate says BTS and their debut date. Plus, the speed limit indicates...
I need to be a little bit more more visually paying attention. 7 highway, BTS on the license plate, all these letters that just spell out everything that has to do with the topic of this video. My gosh.
Indicates 7, which might mean let's not go too fast, let's go all together. Then J-Hope thinks about the life as Jung before J-Hope. He realizes that there would have been only regret without hope. Hope as in double meaning, J-Hope and hope. As much as Jung loved dancing, which was also his dream, if there was no J-Hope, he would have questioned his existence. Then he comically gasps, shuddering to that thought, and shows funny pictures of himself as several gods. So in this part, J-Hope is appreciating both Jung that loved dancing purely and J-Hope that made that passion and skill fruitful and recognizable. He confesses in the lyrics that now all the concerns have finally came out of his mouth and have been relieved. In the meantime, we can see Hope Records change into Hope's record. The music he had inside him, which he had planned, has officially become a record, a legacy. You can spot all of his works on the window pane. One hope, one soul, one smile, and one you. These are all factors that compose J-Hope. It's the unchangeable himself. And the you in that sentence is obviously ARMY. Oh, and don't miss the chickens from Chicken Noodle Soup. Then we enter the tailor shop, which is
So he loves chicken noodle soup, from what I'm gathering from that statement. Yeah.
obviously a reference from the movie The Kingsman. In Kingsman, the main character Eggsy is basically a nobody that suddenly is chosen to become a secret agent because of his potential and eventually ends up saving the world. The hardships of training, choice of abandoning normal life, responsibility, persona are all in common with J-Hope's situation. As J-Hope thinks a normal Jungho kid is now kind of like having an impact near to saving the world with music and message. Also, here's another reference from Love Myself. In this scene, J-Hope is looking into the mirror again with the recycled questions, but decides to stop and move away from it, and embraces his choices and shadow as well. And here we have J-Hope confidently going into the maze and saying wherever he goes is his way. All he has to do is trust himself in the maze. J-Hope says that wherever he went, it became his destiny and center. Hardships and sadness were all precious because he got to know himself. Now let's hear the equivalent of this part from Love Myself again. Also in this part, J-Hope seems to be entering the future now.
Personally, I don't think the car moving in the opposite direction of the signs has significance. I think the signs just indicate he is in the future and there's no going back. The first, the lyrics say that time can only go forward. Second, he drove the car through the desert and came here. Last, the ending scene is him sitting on his car in this location/zone. Or if the car going backwards means something, I think it would signify that he can go through all sorts of his psyche. I respect all explanations and theories. Oh. Guy's got some sick, like expressions. Like when he expresses, like with like the shoulder shrug, or everything is 1,000,000%. And I'm going to comment on his outfit. I think that it's so cool that he's solo in the middle of this like red, almost like a liquid red video kind of happening underneath the stage there. But just in a minimal outfit, like a minimalist style outfit, to where this is the only thing that you need to be paying attention to is how I move. Ooh.
야, 옛날 춤을 보고 이렇게 출 수 있다는 건 freestyle.
Pop locking.
춤의 대가 문 선배님이 보고 계십니다.
Oh, that's the robot.
와, 와. 야, 간다. 좋습니다.
They're trying to get him to stop. The lady was like, okay, you can dance. Okay, you can dance. Ah. The balance, like the balance, to be like, you know where your center of your core is, and then to be able to raise yourself higher and lower with the insane amount of balance that you have there. So fluid. J-Hope's moves, J-Hope's personality, J-Hope's lightness. I think all of those things give HYBE the perfect circle of HYBE. He has a very magnetic style of dance to where you don't want to take your eyes away. He's got your attention the entire time. Once again, as always, I appreciate you guys. The link to the original videos that we watched here today will be in the description, as well as a link to my link tree that has all of my links, as well as everything that's at the top of the screen here. I have started a Discord. A lot of you have joined. I need more of you to join. The link for that is in the description below as well also. The live streams are super fun. I want to keep on keeping on with those. Speaking of which, I would like to give you what the next video is going to be right now. Seeing as how our last live stream ended with me in tears, I'm going to do Walian 52, and then we're going to go back to starting on to our chapter 4 of the Rise of Bangtan series. So, again, thank you guys so much for being here. I can't thank you enough for all your continued support and just clicking on the videos, being in the comments, showing up for the live streams. I feel like the journey is changing me little by little. I'm like not even 15 songs in, and I feel like I'm a bowl of emotions. So, toodles. Here's to the next one. I purple you. Borahae.